All right. You should do a video on how to maintain a beard. Some guys don't know how. Okay, the chin strap. All right, great question. Perfect way to start. A beard is up here. Some of y'all with the neck beards. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Spoiler alert. Girls really don't like the neck beard. Okay, so that's why like mine's like I shave it all the way up to here. That way, obviously, you can see the neck tattoo. You know, hence the, you know, that way it's a lickable area. You know what I mean, or suckable, whatever you want to do. But fellas, girls do not like the neck beard. Ambar, ¿cómo estás? How are you? So it's a perfect way to start. And if you can't grow it, keep shaving it, keep trimming it down. But moisturizing, you know what's a great moisturizer? A girl's cat. The juices that be coming out, it's a great moisturizer. It's a great source of protein. Those work just as well. So fellas, don't be afraid to go down there. It's going to make the beard grow bigger and thicker. So if you see, like, go down there and just have the time of your life. Get it all nice and wet because it's going to help your beard grow at the end of the day. So I'm just trying to put you guys on game, fellas. Next question. Part story, part dirty little kink. Got out of a 12-year relationship with baby daddy. I'm a squirter and I've always thought it was hot and loved it. And I did, but my baby daddy thought it was nasty. It made me feel like crap about it. I started to hold back during S to not. Current guy loves it. Loves the fact. All right, part 2. That I squirt and makes me feel like I'm the sexiest thing in the world. This man eats and loves and soaks his face while he eats, is moaning and praising me, no holding back if I try. And when he comes up for air, I love to lick his face clean. I love to taste myself off his face. Girl. And see, this is what we talk about. People, you're with the wrong person. This is how it should be. You know, back to the beard thing, great moisturizer. And a guy should love going down, like no matter how humid or moist it gets down there, because it's fantastic. It's amazing. And we love it. If the guy you're with does not like that, he's probably broken. There's something wrong with him. And there's plenty of guys out there that are willing to put on that life jacket, put on them goggles, and go for it. Okay. So that. And this happens a lot. Like people are like, my BF is so vanilla, this and that. That's because you need to pay attention to your person in the very beginning. Say you're talking to somebody new. You guys hook up within like 3-4 months, right? And if he's vanilla, then that's your time to start changing him. That being like, hey, I like this. Hey, I like this. Not 5 years down the road, because you'll get that in the beginning. That's what we want. The whole soaking, squirting, all that in your face. Yes. And they shouldn't feel like make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Like your husband or your baby daddy. He made you feel like you were gross. That was not the way to go. Definitely not. I'm glad you got rid of that dude. And now with this new dude who appreciates the waterfalls down there, you know, clearly he probably has a life jacket, or he goes no life jacket. He likes to live his life on the edge. Nothing wrong with that, okay? And he makes you feel like a freak, like a queen, and that's all that matters, okay? Hola, Alicia, ¿cómo estás? How are you? How you doing? So, preach, brother. Yes, absolutely. See, Fort Jen knows. He is also one that knows that, hey, when it gets waterfalls down there, give me more, please. Yes, please, thank you. All right, next question. I miss my single days, the days of being carefree, hooking up with whoever, and not being judged. Hubby is boring in bed even after trying to spice it up. He sucks. I mean, yes, it does suck, because now I'm sure you're thinking of like doing it, like getting all crazy, passionate with somebody else. And this is something that you really need to bring up with him, because if he's not fulfilling you, you're going to get to the point where you might want to step out of the relationship, right? And you need to communicate that with him, because if he's going to be vanilla and boring, there's somebody out there. The question right before this, there's somebody out there who's going to destroy you in the bedroom in a good way. You know, do all sorts of things. But the only reason you haven't found that dude is because you're dealing with homie over here that he's boring, he's vanilla, he doesn't want to do anything, right? So What you need to do, miss, is have that conversation with your man. Either be like, yo, we need to go to like some counseling, some sex therapy or something like that, because this is only going to go one way, and that's downhill if we don't do anything about it. So make sure you talk to him, because like I said, there's somebody out there that's going to want to do all sorts of things, put you up against the wall, hand necklace, throw you around in the bedroom, go down, waterfalls all over the place, moisturize the beard. You know what I mean? It just, you can't, because homie doesn't want to do it. Señorita Laura, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Bell's Beauty, what's up, girl? Get some toys. Oh, shit. All right, next question. Forgive me, Scarface. Okay, what did you do? If you have to start the question off with "Forgive me, Scarface," what did you do? Already know I'm not gonna like the question. I'm not gonna like the question, but we're gonna read it. Forgive me, Scarface, for I have sinned. Despite your advice, I hooked up with not one but two coworkers, and they don't know about each other. Ended it with one before I got with the other, but both were cheating scenarios that are meant to be kept secret. Biggest secret I'm keep. Girl. See, you knew going into this was bad, because you started the question off, forgive me for I have sinned. Ain't no forgiving that, girl. You knew not to mess with coworkers, and both of them were married, and now you're just keeping that a secret. Hopefully, the secret never comes out, but let's just be honest. Secrets eventually come out, okay? And you may think that you're safe right now, but maybe he forgets to delete some messages. Maybe something happens and it all comes crumbling down. But hey, if you got away with it, you got away with it. This is why you got to be careful with the ladies at work. So if your man works with women, go start an argument right now. Okay? No, I'm just joking. Don't go start an argument with him. He's gonna be like, Scarface said this, so what's up? You know, either you quit or they quit. All right, next question. I want to be petty and tell the guy that I have talked to almost a year I only hooked up with once that I didn't finish. Why? Because he asked if I finished, like he didn't remember, which he did. If anything, I didn't. See, this is why you got to be honest. Okay? Let's not be lying. If somebody didn't make you finish, don't be like, if you're going to lie to him, be like, I almost got there. Don't be like, yeah. Just be like, I almost got there, but then, we kind of stopped, and, because I think that would be a better answer, because if you didn't, he's going to be like, oh, damn, like, what do I got to do to make him finish? Or if you tell him, oh, yeah, I made you finish, he's going to tell his boys, his ego is going to be up here, because he's going to be like, I satisfied her. So that's why you don't lie to him. So you just be like, if you're gonna lie to him, I think the lie should be where, hey, I was almost there, instead of, yeah, you gave me the time of my life. There was that one girl, she sent a question in too. She was like, I told my son just called you dad. Hey, what's up with my tax dependents, girl? Which one can I write? I'm just joking. See, I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? It was the... someone to remind me real quick. I got 4 babies. God damn. I mean, I'll take one of them. I love your content. Yeah, see, I forgot what I was talking about. See, this is why I don't look at the comments, because I always lose I get the squirrel moments. Oh, about getting caught? Getting caught what? Getting caught cheating? Oh, the finishing. That finishing, yes. Don't let people... don't lie to him about finishing, because you're going to boost his ego, and then he's going to think whatever he did is what he, that's enough for you to finish. And so he's not going to try to do more or actually get you there if you're going to be lying to him. So if anything, if you're going to lie, if anything, tell him you were almost there. That's a better lie than saying, yeah, I finished. Thanks for destroying me. All right, next question. Is he jealous? Yes. Move on. Next question. All right. No, I'm just joking. Is he jealous? So my sneaking link and I are really open. We tell each other who we mess around with. He's sometimes thrown in. Then Why don't you tell other guy, oh, and he wants a threesome with me and said guy, and tells me he's not the Next question. Oh, if they start getting like a friends with benefits in a sneaky link is only a hookup scenario. There should no be other feelings towards. There shouldn't be any jealousy. There shouldn't be any dates. There shouldn't be anything. Okay, and him wanting to include another girl, okay, that's part of being friends with benefits. If that's okay with you, then there's nothing wrong with that. And if it's not, then okay, no, because you guys are only a hookup type of situation. Okay, all this other jealousy and all that stuff, that's no, somebody's catching feelings. Somebody's, feelings are getting involved, and that's no longer a sneaky link or a friends with benefits because somebody caught feelings. And at that point, it's time to run. If you're the one that's catching feelings, girl, you better leave before you really get hurt. Also, do people proofread these before they send them? Jesus Christ, I felt like my brain sizzling when I was reading that one. All right, next question. Why do guys always have to make everything sexual? It's annoying when my BF sees me. At first thing he does is touch my boot. Okay. I'll get into the rest of the question, but sometimes we just like doing that, okay? We like to grab a handful. We like to slap the booty. Let them flirt with you, okay? Because there's some people out here who aren't getting flirted with. And if he just wants to grab a titty, let him grab a titty, girl. Let him grab a titty. Because then if you don't let him grab your titty, he's gonna go grab another titty, okay? Let's read the rest of the question. First is touch my boobs. I don't know. I would like a hug or a kiss. Not everything has to be sexual. Okay, I get that. Okay, I get the whole hugging thing. Like, hey, at least say hi to me. But yes, that should also be part of it. The flirting part, like grabbing a titty, grabbing and slapping the booty, like all that, it's part of being in a relation. That's being fun, being goofy, like shit. I do that shit too. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, you should also like hug the person, kiss them, and like express some sort of feelings, tell them you love them or whatever the case may be too, as well. But don't try to stop him from flirting either, because the moment you start suppressing that, like him, because guys like to do that. They're just weird. Like it's a guy thing. We like to grab a quick handful and be like, all right, cool, I'm good. We're simple creatures. If you just let us grab it real quick, like if we're in a relationship, I'm like, all right, cool. I love that. Because sometimes I'm sure guys can relate. Sometimes you just say you're watching a movie and like you're watching it with your girl and you see them titties and you just want to grab them real quick and then that's it. And then you go back to watching the movie. Like, let me do my thing. Like it was just in the moment. I was like, yo, there's some nice titties. Let me grab a handful. Thank you. Oh, Wednesday, it's a great series. You know what I mean? Like that's just how we are. Don't try to stop them from being like that. I think it's worse like when they're not trying to flirt with you, not trying to be sexual with you. So moral of the story, if he wants to grab a titty, slap the booty, make things sexual, nothing wrong with it. As long as he's also being affectionate in other areas. But I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people who wish their man would at least grab them titty. I'll tell you that right now. And if you stop him from grabbing your titty or booty, he gonna go look for another titty or booty to grab onto. I'll tell you that. So just let him. It's just a quick. And then, like I said, us men, we're simple creatures. I looked over, saw the titty, grabbed it, went back to watching the show. That was it. Like, that's all I needed. All right, next question. I'm throwing free at a man, he doesn't follow through, tells me soon. We have hooked up before and he checks in on me monthly. The fuck is he doing? All right, so what he's doing, he's probably in a relationship, girl. Because not a lot there. It's either he does find you attractive or he doesn't find you. It could be that he doesn't find you attractive and so he doesn't want the cat all the time. But for the most part, guys want the cat all the time. And if you're throwing it, just be like, yo, just come over and do whatever you want to it. Most guys are going to be like, I'm there. Okay. So it's either he doesn't like what's going on there, is not attracted to you, or he's in a relationship because it's hard for him to just leave his wife or his girlfriend to come and see you. It's not like he can just come in right away. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you're throwing it at him and he's not biting, get somebody else. And if you throw it to a lot of guys, maybe there's something going on there. Maybe the presentation is not the greatest. Or maybe they just don't like the whole, like, here, just take it. Maybe make them earn it a little bit. So something like that. All right. But I'm thinking more that he has a girl or like in a relationship already. So it's not that easy for him just to leave. So I'm thinking it's that. All right, next question. All right. I love getting pinned to the wall and getting a 5-finger necklace, girl. See, we love that. We love, like, this is, fellas, girls like to be dominated for the most part. Most girls like to be dominated in the bedroom. Put them up against the wall. Throw them on the bed. Throw them around a little bit. Respectfully disrespect them. Okay? You know, like little 5-finger hand necklace, yes, goes a long way. A little hair pulling, yes, goes a long way. A little spanking action, a little restraint action, you know, it goes a long way. And I'm telling you, for the most part, most girls like to be dominated. So fellas, if you're listening, and I know fellas are listening because I saw y'all come in. It tells me people who come in. Be a little bit more dominant. Stop asking, hey, like, if you get a chance, I know we've been doing missionary, but I would really, you know, if you give me your permission to do it doggy, I would really appreciate it. You know, no. Just put them in the position. Like, that's all you got to do. Don't ask them. Flip them around. Flip them like a pancake. You know what I mean? So, be a little bit more dominant, fellas. All right, next question. Found out my husband is cheating. He's not willing to admit it even after having the evidence. Part of me wants to walk away and do nothing, and another part of me wants to expose him and her. If he's not willing to talk, should I go look for her? FYI, it's not just one he's been with. See, okay. If he's cheated on you multiple times, why are you with him? You already see his pattern. You already see how he's like. Why are you with him? Exposing him? Yeah, expose him if you have the, like, that way other people can see, like, how much of a piece of shit he is. But also, don't expose him and stay with him, because the people are going to be like, oh, wow, she stayed with the cheater who cheated on her with a whole bunch of other people. You know what I mean? Like, imagine exposing him, and then after you expose him, you stay with him, and you've already caught him several times. What are you doing there? You know? Like, what are you still doing there? He's constantly cheating on you, and now you're just like, I don't know what to do with it. Leave, girl. Leave, and, like, if you want to expose them, if you have the proof. That way other people, and you can notify other girls, hey, this man is a cheater, right? Because I'm sure other girls would appreciate it, being like, yo, this dude has a pattern of cheating on people. Be careful, right? I'm not saying message the next girl that he gets with, because they're going to be like, oh, she's super jealous, she's toxic, she's just trying to get, you know, just trying to tell you what, you know, because she wants me back. No, just put it out there, and whatever they want to do with that information is on them. If they get cheated on and they already saw the information, that's on them. You did what you needed to do and put it out there. So, but again, why are you still with him? He's cheated on you multiple times. Girl, leave. Dude, you need some help. Where do you live? I'll come help pack your bags for you. You know, because come on, girl. All right, next question. Hold on, let me answer this one real quick. SMH, why do people ask you common sense questions? I get it, Jess. 100% agree. But you also have to remember, like, when you're in it, sometimes you just need somebody else to tell you, somebody you don't know. Like, for the most part, I don't know anybody who asks these questions, right? Like, because obviously it's anonymous, but them hearing that answer from somebody else could be validation, right? And it's also could be the first time that they ask, because there's some people like, my man hits me, should I leave? Yeah, you should leave. Like, for someone who is in a, not, like, say you're in a relationship where you don't get hit, they, you know, they don't know, like, what's, when you're in it and being brainwashed, it's a little different, but hearing it from somebody else is is kind of like what they need to be like, all right, this person that I don't even know says I gotta leave, you know, maybe this is the answer I need. So that's why like it sometimes it does seem common sense, but you also have to remember like you don't know their situation. So that's why I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So I'm just saying you need to leave, especially after being cheated on multiple times. But thank you for asking that. Perfect question. All right, next question. I'm 40 and my mom going through unresolved divorce, back to dating not to find a partner but to experience things. Want to understand how casual dynamics works. I'm still new to this and sometimes my ego got hurt in the process. Sneaky links, friends with benefits, hookups, and etc. Now, to me it kind of sounds like you're catching feelings, or you catch feelings way too easy with people. So maybe stop doing friends with benefits, sneaky links, and maybe just go to naughtyscience.com and get yourself a toy. Okay, right there. And that way you don't catch feelings with this one right here. With some of these, you don't catch feelings, okay? And then, because that's what it sounded like to me, that you probably catch feelings a little too easy. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're a lover girl. Nothing wrong with that. But it could be hurtful because you talk to somebody, it's just a friends with benefits, they're there just to hook up, and then guess what? You catch some feelings, and then they dip out on you, right? Like that shit will happen all the time. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe get some toys and do it that way, because you know you're getting hurt way too much time, like way too much doing it this other way, right? Because maybe you're in the season of where you actually want to find somebody, you want to be with somebody, and so it's like that's why you catch feelings. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe stop doing friends with benefits, sneaky links, and just get yourself some toys and take care of yourself until you find somebody that you actually want to give some time and attention to. So, all right, next question. 40-year-old mom, and I also have a very high S drive at this age. Blame it on the hormones. And sometimes I find it hard to find guys who can keep up with me. What's the best way to check the vibe to see if we're a match in S? Now, this one is basically you're gonna have to give him a shot, because a guy can tell you, oh, he's great in the bedroom, he's amazing, he knows what he's doing, he's gonna tear it up, he's gonna do X, Y, and Z. And then you guys hook up and he lasted half a stroke and then that was it, and then he went home, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really hard to determine who is actually going to fulfill you in those ways, but really pay attention to how they are the first few times. Because if they finish, like, are they pretty vanilla the first few times? Are they pretty dominant? Like, you're going to figure out that way. There's no real way to tell, be like, oh, just by looking at them, be like, that man. Because some of the, trust me, I've gotten the questions, some of the most great looking people suck in the bedroom. Some of the people that think that they're gonna be packing are not packing, or if they are packing, they don't know what they're doing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a hit or miss out there. See, that's why I wish, like, you know, people would give references, like, you know, kind of like a job. I wish it was like that. You know, you had some references, be like, yo, this is my history right here. Check it out for yourself. Only if there was like a ranking system after you like hooked up with somebody, be like, oh, we're gonna give this person a 4.5 stars, 4.5, and then you can just show them your reviews, be like, eh. So, but other than that, it's just a hit or miss, basically. All right, next question. I have a crush on my friend and he is in a poly relationship. Wish we effed before he got a girlfriend. I mean, if he's in a poly relationship, can't you just, are you saying you wish you would have hooked up before he got in a relationship because now he can't hook up with you because he's in that type of relationship? But sometimes I wouldn't try to pursue him and try to get them to cheat, because maybe he can't hook up with you because you have to be, because people get it confused. Poly relationships are not technically open relationships, you know, so they could still be cheating if they don't tell their girlfriend or girlfriends that they're hooking up with somebody else too, right? So that's why, like, I kind of understand where she's coming from, but just leave it alone. Whatever. If you, it's one of those that, you know, right person, wrong time. So don't try to get them to cheat. Don't be like, and stop fantasizing about them, because that's just gonna lead nowhere. Go find yourself somebody else. All right, next question. Should you unfollow after being ghosted? Absolutely. I mean, if you guys followed each other on social media and they ghosted you, yeah, unfollow them, because there's a lot of people who overthink it afterwards. And what I mean by that is, some people are like, oh, he ghosted me or she ghosted me, but they still watch my stories. What does that mean? Nothing. They're just watching, see what your story, maybe they flip through it real quick, because, you know, some people think that there's some sort of chance still there. No, if they had the nerve to ghost you, remove them. There's nothing wrong with that. Shit, they ghosted you. If they ghosted you, be like, all right, bye, bitch. Like, you had your chance. Now, not only do you not get my attention, you don't get my follow, bitch. So I would say yes, because most of the time some people overthink it afterwards. Meaning, like, they'll think like, oh, why does he still watch my story? Maybe he saw it on accident. Or they're just keeping tabs to see, like, if you post anything bad. Can't believe I got ghosted. What an asshole. And then he responds to you right away. Be like, it wasn't even like that. All right, next question. Hi, first of all, easy with the caps there, girl, because I feel like you're yelling at me with all the caps, okay? Hi, I need your advice. I've been with my secret friend for about a year. We see each other twice a week and we text every day. He's usually the first one who texts and asks how my day is going and etc. And he also tells me that he loves me. Awkward. S is great with him. I enjoy it. Time that we were, hold on, I think there's a second part. Time we were is great with him. I enjoy the time that we were together, but that's it. Could it be that he started to catch feelings for me? We are both. I'm a little confused with your question, girl, to be honest. Because, like, first it was, like, great, then it wasn't great, then it was great. But if you guys are just a sneaky link or friends with benefits and you feel like you're catching feelings, tell them. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, this is how I'm feeling towards you, and see if they're on the same boat. Because maybe they're not on the boat. Maybe you're just catching feelings, and now you're just... overthinking it, that he might be catching feelings or something is brewing. See, that's why, like, I tell people, you know, be careful when they do sneaky links or friends with benefits, because people, that happens. And then also, I think I missed that where it said that you guys are both married. Yeah, you guys shouldn't even be messing around in the first part, you know? Like, and if you guys are both messing around because, like, your relationships ain't going great, either fix the relationships or leave the relationship, leave the marriage. Like, why you guys got to step out of the relationship? And he could, now that I remember that he is married, or that you guys are married, he could be telling you whatever you want to hear, that you're the one for him, but you're just the one giving it up to him. Like, and that's basically it. All right, next question. I don't know how my husband convinced me to open a Twitter account and we post naughty pics on there. Well, first of all, what is the account? Asking for a friend. Okay, I'm just joking. We post naughty pics on there. He's been wanting to have fun with other couples, but I just can't see myself doing that, even though it looks fun. Plus, I've never been with a girl. Been with him since I was 17. I'm 32 now. I mean, if you're not comfortable with that and you told him, that's where it should end, because being intimate with somebody you shouldn't feel like you're being forced into something. And you have to be careful including somebody new, and especially if you've been with this person for a long time and you're the only person he's been with. The moment you introduce another girl, what makes you think that he might not catch feelings for her and then all of a sudden leave you because he has a stronger attraction to the new person, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, you open Pandora's box, like, anything could happen at that point, and that's your fault for letting that happen. So you guys do the whole naughty pics, nothing wrong with that. Like, if you guys want to make your money, but introducing somebody new, just know that that could come with a lot of consequences. And if you're not comfortable doing it, he should respect that, you know, like, hey, I'm not comfortable doing that, so it's a no. All right, cool. So you're opening a can of worms for your relationship? Absolutely. because plenty of people that are sent messages saying that, you know, they did something similar and then they ended up, like one of them, either the husband or the wife ended up leaving the person that they were with to go with the new person that they included. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful, because you could end up being single and not even know that you were going to be single. All right, next question. Oh, hold on, I already answered that one. Do you like sucking on the hubby sucked on my little, and oh my god, felt amazing. All right, so first of all, was this the first time that shit happened to you? Because absolutely, and plus that's a must, especially if you're going down there. Like, that's definitely a spot that you need to be focusing your attention to, because ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure it feels amazing for you guys if they're doing it correctly. You know, if they're not doing it correctly, it might feel a different type of way, but props to your man for finding it. I don't know how long it took him, but, you know, mission accomplished, I guess. You know, he finally found it, and he's finally, you know, paying attention to the button of yours, little button of yours, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But that should definitely, do I love doing it? Because I know you asked that. Yeah. And so it's amazing to me, because I get off on the girl having a great time. That gets me off, right? And so if she's having a great time, I'm having a fucking amazing time. So of course, that's a must for me, you know? And props to your man for finally finding where it's at. Nice job, buddy. Took you long enough. All right, next question. I'm a curvy girl, big booty, perfect small boobs, tight, and I love his hubby's dick. I love his hubby. He is 5 inches and always make him come. Is that? Hold on, wait. Am I reading this correctly? Like, first of all, I thought you were talking about your man, but now it kind of sounds like you're talking about somebody else. Hold on. I'm a curvy girl, big booty, perfect small boobs. Oh. Tight P, and I love essing his hubby's. Oh. Am I reading it wrong? I'm a curvy girl, big booty, perfect small boobs, tight P, and I love suck his hubby's D. He is 5 to 6 inches, and I always make him too fast. Is that normal? Miss, are you sucking your man's D, or are you sucking somebody else's D? Okay, because I'm a little confused here. I'm just going to assume that you're talking about you're sucking your man's D. Okay, let's think positive here. You're sucking your man's D, and if you make him finish fast, okay, I just wanted to see what the rest of it was. If you make him finish fast, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Or it could be that he's just a person that finishes fast, you know, because there's some guys who can't last, whether it be like you going down on them or just as soon as they go into you. There's people who last half a stroke, 3 strokes, 3 pump chump, and that's it. And if he finishes fast, like while you're going down there, you're probably doing an amazing job, miss. Because there's some like people who can't even get their man to finish, and if you're doing it great, then you're doing a great job. Now, if he finishes faster, you going down on it, maybe that turns him on more, right? Or it just feels better for him in some sort of way. So as long as he's finishing, girl, and you're getting some, that's all should matter. And as long as he's also lasting a decent amount of time, okay? Because there's some girls out here who just get half a stroke, maybe 2-3 strokes, and that's it, you know? So as long as you're getting a few minutes out of him, or you could have one of those dudes that don't finish at all. Like, that's also a thing. All right, next question. How can I get my husband to be more dominant? I want to be tossed around and spanked, choked, and I want it everywhere. See, I go right back to the beginning, or like when I was talking about when you first being intimate with whoever you're with, whether it's your now husband, future boyfriend, whoever it is. When you guys first started hooking up, that's when you needed to talk to him. You needed to get him out of his vanilla shell if he was vanilla then, because spoiler alert, if you're talking with somebody and it's new, they stay, if they're vanilla, they stay vanilla unless you start teaching them some things. Okay. But right now, you just got to talk with them. You'd be like, hey, like, this is what I need from you. Because, for example, there's another, I had a one-on-one session with another girl, and she wanted similar things from her person. And all I told her was, you have to be straight up honest to him and tell him what you want. She wanted to be thrown around. Like, she wanted to get bruised up by this guy in a good way, not in a bad way, right? And so she went and told him what she wanted. That night, she had one of the best nights, because the next day she sent me a message saying, oh my God, last night was so freaking amazing. He did this, this, and this. And I was just like, see, all you had to do is bring it up. Because sometimes some guys don't even know, or they don't even know that you like it that wild, that crazy. And that's why you gotta talk to your person. And so, but that also comes back to, if they're vanilla in the very beginning of a relationship, they're going to stay vanilla unless you start coaching them along the way. Be like, hey, maybe we should try this. Maybe we should try this. Because in the beginning, when you're getting to know somebody and they're trying to make you like them, they're willing to do basically anything for you to get you to like them. And so that's when you need to talk about it and not be complaining 5 years down the road. Be like, well, he was vanilla then, but he's still vanilla. No, that's your fault, girl. So just tell him, talk to him. And you're really going to be able to find out if you guys match intimacy-wise, because some people are not compatible intimacy-wise. And I think that's something you should learn on pretty early, because would you want to be with somebody who sucks at being intimate, or you don't like how they're being intimate later on? Like, because spoiler alert, they don't get better unless you help them. All right, next question. Oh, shit, already read the one. My bad. All right. I don't know how my husband convinced me to open a Twitter. Oh, I read that one, right? Oh, yeah, I read that one. My bad. See, this is why I need to pay attention when I'm deleting them. Do you think sneaky links should have unfiltered conversation, or is it too for a man to handle? Okay, a sneaky link and friends with benefits. Like, I'm going to tell you straight up how it should be. All it should be is you guys meeting up to hook up. Hey, what are you doing Friday? Do you want to meet up? All right, cool. That's it. Talking about each other's day, like seeing, like taking each other on dates, having deep conversation. No. Like, that's not what like a sneaky link or friends with benefits situation is. Like, you're just there to fulfill a need, and then that's it. Talking, like having deep conversations with somebody, that's like somebody you want to be in a relationship with, right? No need to having like deep conversations with friends. Imagine you just or you just meet up to hook up. The guy comes over, and then all of a sudden you start asking him like some serious deep questions, and he's just like, damn, I just came to get a nut, but you're asking me about my feelings. So no, and those type of conversations should not be wasted with a friends with benefits or a sneaky link. That should be something with somebody that you want to be with and want to build like a future with. So friends with benefits, sneaky links, all you're doing is meeting up to hook up. That's it. What do you do when your friends with benefits starts catching feelings? Diana, you cut his ass off, because it's only going to get worse and worse. There's nothing you can do. You can't be like, stop. And then he's going to be like, oh, okay, I stopped. No, it's going to get worse and worse. And then he's going to want you to be in a relationship more and more, or even vice versa too. Like, if you're catching feelings to him and he doesn't want anything, it's only going to get worse. So it's better just to cut it off. The D is so good. No, girl, Diana, don't be stigmatized now, because, oh, it's so good. But what happens when you get heartbroken? When he goes and gives that D to somebody else, and it's not you. So that's why. All right, next question. What's a good app, or how do we suggest to save pictures on a phone? First of all, are you wanting to save pictures to hide from somebody? Because if you're trying to do that, Nah, fam. But I know, I don't know, because I don't use any. If you can't have it on your phone, okay, I get it. Sometimes when you have kids, you don't want them to be scrolling through them photos or them videos and get caught. Like, you don't want them to see those, because I know somebody that had an iPad and didn't know that connecting the same Apple account from the phone and the Apple iPad or the iPad, that it like synced. And so next thing she knew, her kid was like looking through all her photos, and guess what was in her photos? some nudes. They were all up in there, and the kid saw. So that's why I'm saying, like, maybe, like, if it's for those type of reasons, I know Apple has like a hidden folder. It was not really hidden. It's like a locked folder where you can put pictures in there, and then like it's a passcode to look get into the folder. But if that's why you're trying to have them, then yeah. But if you're trying to hide them from somebody, girl, get out of here. So hopefully it's the kid reason, right? And don't be saying it's on a work phone, because it shouldn't be on a work phone either. Anonymous, please. We were together 13 years, no kids together, but we raised our kids as our own. Everything was fine, so I thought out of nowhere, she says she don't love me, but we're constantly going on dates, trips. I have a good job. I would express my love with gifts and jewelry. Then found out, part 2 coming up. Then found out during our separation, separated 10 months, she was having an affair for over a year. Prior to me finding out, I was trying to fix it. She didn't want to. Why was she just straightforward when I had asked if there was someone else? Why do women cheat? Honestly, I think she was just there because you were getting her gifts, vacations, all these trips. How is she gonna say no to that? Hey, let's go to Cancun. On my way. Hey, let's go over here. Hey, just so you know, I don't love you. I don't want to work this out, but I'll take a trip with you. Hell yeah, let's go on a trip. That's what it's, because you told me you have a good job and you're always like spoiling her with gifts and vacations. That's why she was sticking around, buddy. She was sticking around for the money, and because clearly she was having an affair with you, like when she was with you. Told you she didn't want to be with you. Like, she gave you all the red flags. She gave you, like, see this? Yeah. You. Yeah, they were just hitting you in the face just like that. And you didn't see them coming. Okay? But this is a lesson learned. Gracias, Alicia, for the gift. I see you. This is a lesson learned that if they tell you that they don't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. Like, same with guys. If they tell you they don't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. And the only reason she was sticking around was because you were getting her gifts, you were taking her on vacations. So of course she's gonna want to take advantage of all that stuff. So, and I'm not saying all girls are like that, but there's some girls who, a trip to Cancun, sure. Oh, you got me a Louis purse? Okay, thank you. I'll take that. So you need somebody who's going to appreciate you and not appreciate what you're giving to her, right? And that, what I mean by that is like the gifts, the vacations, and things like that. So she will be back probably when she realizes like homie over here probably doesn't treat her well and can't financially support the way you were doing it. All right, next question. Why do most women prefer, or why do most men prefer skinny girls than women who are plus size? I mean, maybe that's just because guys like, there's guys for every size of girl. Because I've seen girls that are heavier set with guys. I've seen, what's it called? Hold on. Oh, I thought it shut down. I've seen guys with heavier set girls, guys with skinny girls. Everybody has a preference, and it's okay to have a preference. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a preference. Like, I like girls who are shorter than me. Like, does that make me a piece of shit? No. I like girls who are active. Does that make me a piece of shit? No. Like, everybody has their preference. So, if a guy likes, a girl that is skinnier, then that's what he likes. Because, trust me, there's guys who like bigger girls, too. There's nothing wrong with that. It just, maybe that's just what you've seen around you, or what TV makes you see, because a lot of guys see this like the media tries to push on you that, oh, this is the ideal woman. No, that's not true. Okay. My PF doesn't check on me after a storm. So do guys have a preference on body type? Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? Because girls, I'm sure girls also have you have to be attracted to your person, whether it be like, and most of the time it comes down to being like physical. Something physical about them attracts you to them. I've never gone and shot my shot at somebody who I didn't find attractive. You know what I mean? See, like Cindy says, I love tall men with tattoos and a beard. Smile for me. See, there's nothing wrong with that. Edgar, are you an ass or a tits man? I love them both, you know, but hopefully they got a little bit of both. I'll take a little bit of both because, you know, I need a little bit of booty. That way you can see it jiggling while you're doing the doggy, and then something to hold on to. So nothing wrong with that. So, but preference type, everybody does. I don't care what they say. Like, and it's physical. Okay. And it's physical because, again, the reason a guy approaches a girl is because they're attracted to him in a certain way. Whether it be like if they're heavier, skinnier, whatever it is, it's something always physical about it. Like, because, again, I've never seen a girl and that I didn't find attractive and been like, let me go hit her up. No. Anytime I wanted to hit up a girl is because I found them attractive. Like, and guess what? Hey, hello. That's physical because you don't know them. You know, like you don't know them. Oh, I liked her personality. Yeah, but her physical traits are the ones that attracted you first. So get the fuck out of here with the personality. Because I've never seen someone and been like, well, they look like they have a great personality. I'm going to go talk to them. No. It's usually, hey, I like the way they look. I'm gonna go hit them up. And if anybody says something different, like, I get it. Like, say you work with somebody, or say you've known somebody for a long time, and you guys have just been like friends or whatever, and you got to know them, and then they're not the most attractive person, but you got to know them like how they were as a person. Yeah, that could work too. But does that happen most of the time? No. Right? It's usually the other way around. Dang, she looks good. I'm going to go hit her up. Dang, oh, I like her picture. Let me send a DM. Oh, damn. She fine. I'm going to go talk to her. That's what and same with you ladies. That's a good looking dude. I hope he comes over here and talks to me. And then some other dude comes and talks to you. No, get away from me. I'm looking at that guy over there. Come on now. We all have our preferences. And most of the time, I don't care what you say, most of the time they're physical. Okay. And people can find that or be like, oh, that's shallow. No, we're all shallow. Okay. I guess we're all shallow if that's the thing. All right, next question. I want to get manhandled, grab my face, force a kiss, shove it inside me. Oh shit. Start slow and then speed it up. Make it hurt. Grab my tits, punch my nips, suck and bite them, turn me around and rough, slam me into hard, smack my ass, lick your thumb, rub my a-hole, pull my hair, pound me until I can't. I think I need a cigarette. And see, we love that. And see, this is what girls love for the most part, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad people send stuff like that. That way guys can see like, yo, maybe my girl likes to get dominated a little bit. So you know what? I'm going to dominate her a little bit more. If you're being vanilla, like one position type person, trust me, she's probably complaining in her head. She hasn't told you anything because she doesn't want to muster up or doesn't know how to tell you. You know, fellas, if you're only doing like one position or maybe possibly two or really not being passionate, trust me, in her head, she's probably like, I wish he would fuck me up a little bit. I wish he would throw me around a little bit. Okay. So what's wrong with vanilla? Vanilla is boring, girl. Vanilla. I want to have fun. Throw you around, tie her up. Restraints. I'm huge in restraints. That's my thing. So pull some hair, smack some booty. Different positions, different holes. Whatever you like, right? So moral of the story, fellas, be a little bit more rough with your girl. In a good way. Not like, I'm not talking about like punch her for no reason. Okay, not that. All right, next question. Been having a friends with benefits for a year. Told him if he ever wanted to stop, let me know. A few months back, I said I wanted to stop, and he was okay with it. 2 weeks passed and sent me a dick snap and started all over again. About 3 weeks ago, we suddenly stopped texting. Now I feel awkward asking to hook up. Why can't he just say he doesn't want to hook up anymore? I think you should have paid attention to the first time that he said that he didn't want to hook up anymore, because this is probably what could have happened. He told you he didn't want to hook up anymore because maybe he was talking with somebody, getting into a relationship with somebody, and so he didn't want to get caught, or he didn't want to ruin that. But then when you offered it again, maybe he was like, well, maybe I can have both, right? And so maybe he tried to do both. But he found it like it was maybe a little too risky. Okay, it could be an option. I'm not saying it was the option. I said it could be an option. Or he was just, that's all it was. Like, friends with benefits, sneaky links run their course sometimes, and then, they get tired of it. Maybe they found somebody new. And I think, I get it. You wanted to know, hey, like, just let me know when you want to stop. But there should be no feelings involved. If he stopped, you'd be like, all right, cool, he stopped. Instead of being like, why didn't he tell me? You knew what you got yourself into. Okay. And if you caught yourself a little bit of feelings there, it kind of sounds like you did. Now hey, maybe next time I won't catch these. Like, maybe I should be careful about trying to catch some feelings, okay? Because again, it was just a friends with benefits. It was just a sneaky link. That's all it was. And does he have to explain? It would be nice if he did. Trust me, it would just mean his communication is great. But since he didn't need to. All right, next question. STD or not talk much when dating. My ex gave me HSV2. It's hard for me to date now because when I'm honest about it, they ghost me and delete me. And see, hold on. Hopefully it didn't. Oh, it's telling me to verify this. Hold on. What is HVS2? What is that? Is it HIV? Is that what it is? I just want to make sure I get it right before I get into the conversation. What does that mean? I just want to be 100% sure. Can anybody let me know, chat? I'm waiting for somebody to tell me. Herpes type 2. Okay. Herpes type 2. Herpes simplex 2. Okay. Now we know. But see, this is why, like, if you want to include, or like, if you want them to give you an STD test before you even mess around with them, there's nothing wrong with that, because somebody who is like, oh, okay, like, this is kind of a weird request, but you're just being safe. And there's nothing wrong with that. If the guy doesn't want to do it, that's a problem. Because if you're like, oh, okay, like, before we do anything, like, mess around like that, I would like to have you do like an STD test and show it to me. There's nothing wrong with that, because somebody who actually wants to be with you and knows that they're clean, nothing wrong with them, they're gonna be like, all right, here you go. If it's a problem for them to go get it, why is it a problem for them to go get it, right? And I'm glad that you saying that you have this up front is definitely the right way to go about it, because the last thing that you want to do is that not tell them, and then you tell them down the road. Like, how do you think it's gonna make them feel? How would you feel if like somebody didn't tell you something right away, and then later on down the road they were like, hey, this is what I have? Like, for example, like, there was that question that came in that saying that she she had I think it was HIV, but it was like a non-transmittable version. Like, but if it like the dog, it was one of the guys, the guy or the girl. But they're always upfront about it. Most people are like, nah, that's not for me, right? But that's okay because they communicated it. So imagine them not saying anything, and then 6 months to a year down the road, they're like, hey, by the way, this is what I have. How is it gonna make you feel? Right? So it's probably gonna make you feel a type of way. So I'm glad that you say it in the beginning. That way, like, you can just filter out people who are not gonna be here for the long run. So, and for everybody else, if you want the person to go take an STD test before you guys being intimate, there's nothing wrong with that. And if they don't want to do it, there's a reason why they don't want to do it. Okay, there's a reason. So just remember that. Okay. Hey, thank you, Manny, for the gifts. He says you got to go cook dinner. Hey, shout out to you for going to cook dinner. You know, a fellow guy going to cook dinner. I see you, fam. All right, let's get into. We'll do another question. Ooh, this one's a good one. Have you ever heard of cuckolding? Ever thought about doing it? So I think it's spelled wrong on there, but so basically what that is, if I'm correct, is when the guy watches another dude rail his wife or his girl. Is that for me? Absolutely the fuck not. I wouldn't. I don't think I could even watch that happen. Imagine like just watching somebody else pull your sweet baby's hair, getting around that your sweet baby girl's cat. He's tearing it up better than you are tearing it up. He's, you know, bigger than you. He's dominating her more than you. No. I would not be able to do that because what is mine, and that's not something that I've ever thought about doing, right? So do some people like it? Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, fellas, if you like that, there's nothing wrong. Just because I say I don't like it doesn't mean it's wrong. For like, there's people who are in open relationships, you know, they like to do swingers, like all this stuff. There's nothing wrong. Whatever it is that you like to do, and if your girl is happy with it, nothing wrong with it. As long as you guys are happy and doing what makes you guys happy, cool, do it. Now, is that for me? No. I would never be able to watch the person that I'm with. I could not watch them be with somebody else, like, especially in front of me, right? That's a hard no for me, fam. Because that's something that I don't know if you guys watched the Diddy interviews, or not the Diddy, but they interviewed a lot of people around Diddy, and one of the paid talents, escorts, that they got, he said that he would Diddy would like for him to like just have like weird conversations with Cassie, and then eventually like he would be back in the kitchen where it's dark and you couldn't even see him, and he would watch this other dude do things to Cassie, and he loved that. And allegedly, okay, I don't know, like he said he couldn't confirm this. He said that Cassie would want him to finish on her because she would go take the little kids, the liquid kids, and rub them all over Diddy's chest, allegedly. So that's some crazy shit. I would never want another man's liquid kids all over me. Imagine like she's just like, no, absolutely the fuck not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, some people love some crazy shit, and if Diddy loves that, good for you, Diddy. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as everything is legal, there's nothing wrong with it. Now it's the, you know, traffic and all this other charges. That's the part that's not, like, I'm not cool with. But people love different stuff in the bedroom. I'm talking about being intimate wise. If that's his thing, that's his thing. If he loves liquid kids all over him, like another man's liquid kids all over him, do your thing, bro. If you want to watch somebody else plow your wife or your girl, do your thing. It's a no for me, dog. It's not. You're not gonna do it in front of me, and you're not gonna do it behind my back. So, see, or the snowballing thing too. Like, there's some people who absolutely love snowballing. it's a hard no for me, dog. And if for those that don't know what snowballing is when a guy finishes in the girl's mouth and then she passes them liquid kids right back to the guy, and then the guy passes them right back, and then it's just a whole roller coaster ride. And like that's what that is. It's a hard no for me too, dog. Like that's not something that's going on over here. I would never agree to such an activity like that. That's a hard no for me, dog. All right, I'm gonna do one more question. Met a guy on a dating app and he told me he has 4 kids, but his profile says he has 5. Why lie about the girl? If he lied about the one kid, because maybe 4 was okay, like not a lot, but 5 is too much. 5 is like, oh shit, she's not gonna want me. If he had to lie about a kid, he's going to lie about a lot of things, because a kid, especially if he gets something serious, you're gonna find out that's a kid. Yeah, that's his kid. Like, and then you're gonna be like, why did you need to lie about that? So, if they can lie about little things like that, they're gonna lie about everything, right? There was no reason to lie about the 5th kid. You know, there's no reason, because that's something. It's kind of like when I told you guys, like I was talking to a girl a long time ago, back in Idaho, and she had a daughter, but I was like, oh, like is that your daughter? And she's like, oh no, that's my sister. And I'm like, well, you guys hang out a lot for being siblings, right? And I was like, all right, whatever. And then come to find out, she lied about that was her daughter. And I'm like, why did you need to lie about that? Like that's something, and that's what, like I was like, all right, cool, I'm good, because like lying about your own kid, like there was no reason. Like if you can lie about your own kid, and what I should have known, because to be honest, since you guys always get the honesty out of me, she was actually with somebody else, and I knew it. She was with somebody else, and so but they were having issues. And we were meeting up, but she had a daughter. You know what I mean? It was just a whole messy situation that I was in. You know, like that's why young Edgar was crazy. He didn't give a fuck. Like again, like I knew she had a man, and I didn't care. But she lied about having a daughter because her man that she had at the time was actually not the baby daddy, if that makes sense. So. But that's why I was like, you're always with her. I'm like, but that's really weird that's your sister. And then come to find out it was her daughter. And so I was just like, yeah, no. If you can lie about that, that's a no from me, dog. Young Edgar just wanted to, you know the vibes. I mean, she was a cool girl. Definitely, but her being able to step outside of the relationship was a huge red flag for me. And so there was no like anything more than that. So yeah, technically I was just there for the cookie, because she was already cheating on her man with me. Like, so what makes you think that since I'm the side piece, and what if I become the main piece? Guess what position just opened, ladies and gentlemen? The side piece position. So I got myself out of that situation before anything happened. So, but anyways, I want to thank you guys for jumping on. I still got a shit ton of questions left. So next week, we're definitely going to keep answering them. I got some TikToks I'm going to be posting here in a little bit as well. So make sure you guys like them and share them, just because TikTok be weird. And like, I feel like not a lot of people are getting my videos anymore. But Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we go live and we answer these questions. So if you guys want to participate, make sure you guys follow me on IG, because that's where I post the anonymous question thing, where you guys can ask questions and be part of the live. And if you guys missed the live and you feel like your question was answered and you gotta miss it, it's gonna be up on YouTube tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune into that. All the other lives are up there, so just in case you miss them, you miss your question, they should be up there somewhere. So anyways, you guys can go back to your men, tell them you're done with the Sancho, we're good, satisfied, and or go back with your lady friend too. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys, hopefully I do some bonus lives this weekend for you guys too.